Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with some more Omega Orchis raid guides, now featuring the tech section. Now, as you guys can see on screen, I don't have Nimrod and Omega Sentinel unlocked yet. We're still making shards and building that to that soul drip, but in the meantime, I want to showcase for you guys how I'm able to get through. Well, typically the first two nodes pretty easily, but usually we just combo it up for the boss node. So that's the footage I have right now for you guys, and that way you can see for reference that this team works actually really well. Lady Deathstrike, Scientist Supreme, and Sentinel being the three-piece core, and as well as Penny Parker and Kestrel, where I've already brought them into either Dark Dimension 7 or Dark Dimension 8. There's a lot of value to be had, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so very important. First node here, before you do anything, I usually just throw in my Sinister 6, Superior 6, whatever I have available, and I'm going to do a quick sim because for the first node, you need some sort of sack. It's because we're dealing with a North Star. There's an ultimate there, so you can see on screen here. I'm just basically putting in my 5 best characters aside from the ones I've listed already. So use whoever you think is available for me. You can see Vulture, Iron Patriot, Dog Goblin, Green Goblin Classic, and I just throw it in for a quick sim attack. Sometimes they can, take an enemy down or two, but it's funny that they can actually do a partial node. And now we can start things off here with the real team. Penny, Lady Deathstrike in the middle, Scientist Supreme, as well as Sentinel. And sorry guys, I just realized after I did the intro or whatever and whatnot, I realized that in the gameplay footage I actually used Kang here, but to be honest, it really doesn't matter. I think Kestrel is actually the stronger character, but yeah, if you have Kang available, he could be a substitute, but Kang is not going to be that useful in the next node. So you want to start things off here with Supreme's ultimate. The reason being is because it inflicts the debuffs, the trauma, absolutely massive here as you can see. And then we go down the right side. Lady Deathstrike is probably the most important character on this team just because of the amount of damage she's going to be doing, and you'll see it more notably in the next node. So yeah, very important. Thankfully, because of the sack, half this initial wave was taken care of. So again, your team may not be as strong as mine if you do the sack, but it's important because there is supposed to be a North Star that we take care of, and it looks like that that sack actually took care of it, which is nice. Sometimes I've had to go up against it, but I don't think it's an issue whatsoever. So it is nice to have Kang's speed a little bit here, which is nice, and you can clear a barrier. But like I said, I've done this variant with Kestrel, and I do feel like Kestrel is more consistent than Kang, just because Kang is squishier, and as well, once he uses his abilities, he's kind of one and done, whereas Kestrel has the passive attacks and so forth, so it's really nice. Now, Scientist Supreme, you're going to be able to use her special here, and now I would recommend targeting some of the main crowd controlling characters or damage dealers. So in this case, Black Cat's really big. Make sure you take her down as soon as you can. This is where I wish I had Kestrel's passive attacks, because you just ping and ping, but it is what it is. I think the 3-piece of this is very important, and if for anyways, difficulty 2 seems okay so far, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting once we elevate this to the next level. But 3-piece team, very happy with this. As you can see, Kang's damage is really good, and now you should just be left with these 2 leaders to clean up quite easily. And yeah, that's basically a wrap, guys. Like, that's it for node 1. Super straightforward. And what I like about this is that we don't technically need the full Orchis team right now, at least anyways for difficulty 2, which is what I'm currently running. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how this gets pushed forward, and it's whether or not 3-piece can be an option actually in the higher difficulties. So this is the team that I introduced earlier. Like I said, I think this is this team can also take down the boss node. Unfortunately, was not able to capture it just because when you have all your alliance mates attacking, it's very difficult to time the recording. So as you guys can see here, there's not much you can do in the beginning. There's a huge wave of damage that comes, and eventually you get to a point where your Penny's able to use the stun. Pretty meaningful. You get the stun on Sasquatch there. There's also an ability block that applies to Beast, which is huge. Then we go down the middle, Lady Deathstrike special, and this is big. The Kestrel special down the middle there, him hitting all those enemies as well as the defense down, massive. Finally, we get Scientist Supreme's ultimate, which places debuffs, the trauma. And then now we can get things going here with Sentinel's ultimate, summoning some fellow minions, but as well, the passive attacks is really what's devastating about Kestrel's passive. So you'll see that comboing very quickly here. North Star's almost taken care of. You do need to be mindful of that Spider Weaver, because if she gets her charges going, you just need to make sure that we remove that. But this is what the beauty of Kestrel, the passive attacks. absolutely synergistic and very, methodically use Lady Deathstrike's ultimate when you can. I missed right there actually because I didn't realize she had a blind, but I just wanted to showcase for you guys, even mistakes like that, it doesn't really impact the general outcome of this. So once again, Sentinel, we're gonna back to back use the ultimate there, summon some more minions on the side to soak up damage, but you'll see there's a little bit of a synergy issue here that we have to mess around with, right? The mutants combined with Northstar, definitely a strong combination that we have to be mindful of. But having said that, this team is just so good right now. It's at least anyways for difficulty 2. So we're gonna focus Northstar now, just because he's got the bleeds, and as well he reactivated and used his key abilities. So we really do want to focus him on that cluster if you can, as well as Nightcrawler being one of the more notable characters as well. 7 out of 15 enemies. It's gonna spawn the next wave here, and we should be able to do a back-to-back ultimate here with Scientist Supreme. It's gonna play some debuffs, trauma once again, slow, offense down, you name it. And we're going to be focusing on Nightcrawler because he provides the most value to the mutant teams, and Sentinel is the mutant killer, so you definitely want to focus his abilities on him. We're gonna be able to put away some more debuffs on the team, but yeah, you can basically auto at this point because of how well this team soaked up damage in the beginning. Now when you do get a chance here with Penny's stun, I'd recommend using it on one of the key Spider Weavers, or maybe Beast if you have more HP, but in this case we saw that he was going down. And then finally we're going to focus our attention on Nightcrawler and Sunspot, just because they can provide a lot of support to the fellow mutant teams here. So looking really good. You can see how devastating Lady Deathstrike's damage is, and that's what I mean, just such an important piece. And we're able to get this done quite easily actually without the other 2 members of the team. So this is why I'm hesitant, and I'm not really too concerned about the drip method of characters coming out, because so long as there's options, so long as we can keep progressing as an alliance, that's all we care for. So looking really good. Obviously we still have quite a ways to go here for Nimrod and as well as Omega, but honestly not the end of the world right now. We're still trekking through. We've been landing 80 to 90% on difficulty 2, and likely gonna ramp up here. So I will be back with more content and seeing how this team does also in the higher difficulties. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you guys have a similar team, a lot of these characters being meta, and apologies there for mixing up Kang and Kestrel, but yeah, this has been consistent, guys. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.